Hello traders, Chris here from Incometrader.com. Today we're going to take a look at our Incometrader pivot sell setup. We have two charts here, one on the left, one on the right. These are just diagrams. The one on the left side is our setup for the trade. The diagram off to the right side, this is what we're going to do after we get in the trade. So this is basically our trade management on the right hand side, and the left side is our setup. So let's go ahead and take a quick look to see what we have on the left hand side here as far as our indicators. We have our Incometrader stops. We have the red stops currently printing, and we have a little note here to the right of it saying trade in the direction of the stops. If the stops are red, then only trade short. If the stops are green, then only trade to the long side. So in this case we have red stops. We're only looking to go short, not long. And in addition, we have our price bars also moving to the downside. Then on the chart we have some pivots. We have red pivots for shorting and green pivots for buying. Since we want to short, we're just going to ignore the green pivots. We don't need those. We want to get a red pivot inside this red price bar with these red stops. So inside this area right here is our sell zone. So what we're looking for is for one of these Incometrader pivots that pop on and off the chart to start printing on this chart inside this sell zone. And we can see that this one here, this is off a 233 tick chart, gave us a sell pivot at 90.18. So we simply put a sell limit order right on top of that pivot. Gives you the exact price for the trade. So let's review the setup now. 1. Red Incometrader stops. We have the red stops. 2. We have an Incometrader pivot, a red Incometrator pivot. It's somewhere inside this sell zone. Number 3, our sell limit order on top of that pivot. So we're all set up for the trade to go short. So hopefully the idea here is for the market to come back, hit our sell limit order, and then continue lower in the desired direction that we want it to go. If that's the case, market comes back, fills our order, then we move on to the right side of the chart, the trade management. What we have on this chart here is a current bar range indicator, this little gray bracket indicator here, and we're going to use it to determine where to place our stops. So initially you see here we got filled in this example at 90.18. Prices came back, hit our order, and then already started to move down just a bit. And so what happens initially when we get filled, my target will go in somewhere here and my stop will be somewhere up here. So what I have to do as far as the trade management part is to drag my stop down to the upper bracket of this current bar range indicator. And then I will take my target. If I don't have anything to shoot for down below, in this case I do, I have an Incometrader auto target, but if I don't, I'll just take my minimum target, whatever that might be, 10 ticks or whatever you determine you want to use. But in this case we have an Incometrader auto target. So what I'll do is I'll drag my target down to about a tick or two above our auto target. So as a review here, once we're filled at 90.18, I drag my stop and place it on top of that current bar range indicator, that upper bracket, and I take my target, and if I have a Incometrader pivot auto target down below, I'll drag it down about a tick or two just above that area. Now I'm all set up. The trade's pretty much automatic from here. As the trade continues to go lower in our direction, what will happen is the price bars will print lower, the bracket will continue to go lower. I'll take my stop and I'll continue to adjust it lower following this upper bracket area. If the price bar goes lower, I'll drag my trailing stop down. So it tells you where to trail your stop, and it makes it very simple as far as a decision making process. You don't have to decide, do I want to trail it 3 ticks, 5 ticks, whatever the case might be, and it comes back and stops me out, but then it continues with the trend in the direction I want it to go. If the market comes back up here and tags that upper bracket, we just change trend. So at that point, if that's the case, we want to be out of the trade. All right, so that said, we learned the setup here on the left hand side. We've learned the trade management on the right hand side. Let's go ahead and go to an actual price chart so we can see how everything kind of works together. So here's our price chart. We can see that we have our red stops and we have our price bars trending to the downside. What we're basically looking for is a sell pivot to occur somewhere inside this red bar area, this sell zone. And so let's just go ahead and take a look to see what happens here. And so right now we're just scanning the chart. We know we want to go short. We're just waiting for an opportunity to go short, and that would be once a red, there you go. We'll drag it down to 86.18. We have a sell pivot at 86.18. We're looking for the order to fill. There it is. Now trade management, going to the right side of that diagram on that chart we looked at, says put the trailing stop at the upper bracket of a current bar range indicator. And here we have, I'll just bring this up maybe just a tick higher. Here's our Incometrader auto target. So what we're doing here is we are looking for the market to come down, hit our target down below at our Incometrader auto target. Meantime, I'm trailing my stop on top of that upper bracket area. As we go lower, I trail it down. This is my trailing stop method. Works very good. If the market comes back up and hits the inner bracket here, nothing's changed. We're still in a downtrend. However, if it comes up and hits that upper bracket, the market is changing, or that price bar is changing from short to long. At that point, of course, I no longer want to be in the trade. So right now I'm still good. Just waiting for the trade to either hit the stop or come down and hit our exit point, our target point down below. So we stay in the trade, and really it's just this simple. You have your red dots to go into the trade, and then once you've determined that, you wait for a pivot to occur somewhere inside your sell zone, which is again inside this red bar area. Once you see the pivot, you place your sell limit order on that pivot exactly. You don't have to lead it by a tick or anything like that. Just put it on there. And then once you're filled, now you need to manage the trade. And so here we came down, we hit our target, and the market has then filled the target area or target order, and now we're out of the trade. So that's basically how the setup works. Very simple setup, and a very easy setup as far as mechanically exercising and initiating a trade. And if you'd like to know more, come visit us at Incometrader.com and the futures trading room, and we'll show you how this works in real time. Good luck and good trading.